Hey, so I was gonna wait until tonight to do this, um, so that I was a little more put together because I'm a total hot mess today, but I have time. So yeah, you get to deal with all of this. But anyway, so okay, a few days ago, I had a I guess it was an episode. It wasn't terrible, but what happened was I was kind of stressing out about my husband's upcoming birthday party that was going to be at our house. And now I love having stuff at our house, entertaining and things like that, but for some reason I was just kind of really stressing out. So we had gone to the store and I was already kind of on edge. Like, I was already kind of starting to almost tell myself that I wasn't good enough or whatever. It was just little tiny things, and they weren't necessarily significant enough for me to like feel overwhelmed by them. But what happened was, we were at the store, and we decided to kind of look at backpacks for our kids, and my husband said, well, I think they might be over by the school stuff in the front of the store. And I said, no, I think I see them over there. And then it had occurred to me that several times in the past couple weeks I had been wrong about certain little things, like thinking that I don't know, I can't think of an incident, but every time that I'd try to, tell Cameron that it was over here, or maybe do it this way, I was just wrong. Like, stupid little things, I was wrong. So anyway, that had occurred to me. I had, remembered that. And I said, you know what, don't listen to me. I'm wrong anyway. I'm always wrong. And he said, stop. Like, kind of like that, just like that. And I took that as, okay, well, I've upset him, and he's angry with me, and he's annoyed by me, and I'm so annoying, so I'm just gonna, I need to stop. And anyway, one thing led to another, and I had to work that day. I think it was Saturday. Anyway, I had to work that day, and I feel like when I'm already kind of in a slump like that, and I'm by myself, sometimes I start to dwell. I start to get, I have nothing to distract me, no, whatever. So I started to think about, over the past day or so, ways that I was not good enough or whatever. So I thought of the incident that happened at the store, and then I thought, I'm trying to trace back my thinking process. I remember, thinking just that I was really annoying Cameron, like that I didn't know why he stuck around with me, because I was so annoying, and why would he want to deal with that? And it just kept getting worse and worse and worse, to the point where I just kind of shut down. So I'm really good at I guess faking it when I'm having a hard time, but I was still working, and I have to interact with people. So every time that I saw a person, or I went into a store or whatever, I'm really pretty good at hiding all of that. So I went about my day, made my money, did what I had to do, and then I came home. Oh, and the other thing was that I didn't feel like making dinner, which made me feel horrible, because I thought that I was being a bad mom, a bad wife, because I was tired. I hadn't slept really well the night before. If you've noticed, that's kind of a pattern with me. I do have insomnia, which is not an excuse. It absolutely needs to be dealt with, which I do. But if that's something that you have to deal with, please work on that, do something about that, because that just makes all of this that much worse. Anyway, so I got home, and Cameron, he's like, well, what's wrong? And I said, nothing. I didn't want to talk about it. And he's been with me for 20 years. Like, he knows obviously when something's wrong. So I went upstairs, went to our bedroom, and he's like, talk to me, tell me what's going on. And I could feel the palpable evil telling me to not say anything, and to just, to not bother him again, that I was just bugging him. And so he kind of held on to my shoulders, and he said, look at me, talk to me, because Cameron knows how to deal with me. This is something, I don't know how he does it. If maybe he should do his own little segment, because he knows how to deal with me. And so I just kind of let it all out. I was like, I thought I was bugging you about this, and then this happened at work, and I don't want to make dinner, and I feel like you hit me because of that. And so I laid all of it out for him. And I kind of started to cry, and I hate when I do that, because I feel like it's a sign of weakness. Even if it isn't, it's my own thing. I started to cry a little bit. And he just kind of let me say, sorry, airplane. He just kind of let me say what I needed to say. And then he isolated those specific things, and he was like, he said, first of all, I told you to stop, not because I was annoyed with you, but because I wanted you to stop heading down that direction. I wanted you to stop, beating yourself up, because he could see that. But I misinterpreted that. So that was on me, obviously. So I was able to understand that. And then he went through all the other things, and just having me just talk to him, just get it out, was exactly what I needed. And that's kind of where I wanted to get to with this, is that there may be a time when you cannot talk about it. And I understand that, but I think it's really important that we do at least get it out. So find somebody that you can talk to, that is capable of just listening without trying to fix, unless you obviously want them to help you fix things. If, heaven forbid, you don't have anybody to talk to at that moment, then I think the best next option is to pray. And I'm not saying, just kind of lay there and just say a prayer in your head. Sorry. I'm saying say your prayer out loud, so that you're actually speaking to somebody, that you're getting it out of your head. And I feel like, with me at least, that when I start the ball rolling and saying those things, there's this overwhelming, like, it's hard to explain, but it's almost like everything comes to a point, and I actually get more emotional and more upset. But I think that is the beginning of the end. So I get that way, and then it gets real, and then I can start to kind of it starts to ebb a little bit. The emotion gets, I can handle it more. So even if I'm talking to my Heavenly Father, it gets like at this point, at the peak, I should say, the apex, and then it starts to ebb, and then I feel a little better, and then I can kind of rationalize a little bit. So a lot of this is being able to rationalize. If you find yourself incapable of rationalization, if you cannot get there, then I suggest seeking professional help. I come back to that a lot, but I think that's something that we need to not make taboo or whatever, but just seek some kind of help. So yeah, that's what I wanted to just kind of touch on today. I also want to give a really quick shout out to my amazing husband, because today's his birthday, and yeah, so happy birthday, Cam. I think there's a few other things I wanted to touch on, but the video is getting really long again. And there's another airplane. All right, so I hope you guys have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you again. Thanks. See you later.